Hi everyone and welcome to another language variation video. This time we are looking at non-conventional sports in Hungarian, English, Malay and French.
Ready, everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
So, we shall start with the very unconventional sport of darts.
And in French, you would refer to it as les fléchettes.
The fléchettes.
That sounds very fancy.
It does sound, it sounds
So
like
for a
fish.
sport like
Flèche,
darts.
it is. So flèche is arrow, and fléchette is like little arrow.
Oh, that's so cute.
So
nice.
it's you're playing little arrows.
Oh.
That's really smart.
Ah. Then in Hungarian we just kept the English name, we say darts.
In Malay, it is dama, but dama is usually the actual tool itself, dart. So for most of our sports or games, we will add the word in front of it. So like sukan means sport, so we can say sukan dama. Or permainan means game or toy, and you say permainan dama. So it's like, you know, the darts game or the darts sports.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, we have chess.
And in French, les échecs.
And in Hungarian we have the German word spelled differently. We say shock.
Ah.
Shock.
That sounds like a shark.
So it sounds more like a shock.
A
What
shock.
What I really like is how we say like the winning move. How do you say that in English?
Checkmate?
Checkmate. We
Oh,
say
yeah.
shockmat.
Oh, that's very
Wait, is it
smart.
actually, I feel like it's actually quite close to French in a way because échec,
That's true.
Shah is like almost you can see the
Yeah.
Progression.
Yeah, I mean like
progression.
chess is.
And when you
also
said,
similar, just
what do you say?
shockmat.
Mat in French is échec et mat. That just
Ah.
sounds very similar.
Yeah. It just sounds different in English, but when you look at it
It's kind of the
written
same.
down,
That's
it's still
true.
similar, right?
Oh, Malay is absolutely different. We call chess. We call chess chatur.
Chatur.
Chatur. So
Like a castle.
permainan chatur.
Like a
Oh,
chateau.
in French, yeah.
And checkmate.
I do not know actually. I just say checkmate usually. So, yeah. Well, if you know.
Let us know.
Next, we have rock climbing.
And in French, you would refer to it as l'escalade. Faire de l'escalade.
But it looks like escalate. Like,
Yes, well, actually, that's come from the same word.
Ah.
No, then you're going
because
upwards,
Going upwards.
right?
Escalier is like steps.
steps.
And escalader means to climb, but in all senses. So if you climb a tree, you'd say like escalader un arbre.
Okay.
So-
Because you've got abseiling for going
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, exactly. So the escale and escale is when you like stop at a place, but it's always about like the movement of going
Upwards.
upwards.
Okay.
And
Oh.
so I'm certain it's linked to escalate as in like
Yeah,
keeps
yeah,
going
yeah,
up, up, up.
definitely. In Hungarian, we just took the words rock and climbing and translated them both and put them together and write it as one word. It is sziklamászás. Szikla is
Sziklamásás.
rock and climbing is mászás.
Massage. Cyclamassage.
Nice.
Nice.
So honestly, I don't really know what's it called in Malay, but research told me that
We can always trust research.
exactly. So it tells me that it's daki tembo. So
That sounds
daki,
cute.
That does
daki.
sound-
Sounds like
Sounds
a
like a
little
duck.
But daki is something like to hike. Like we usually use this word for mountains.
Okay.
You know, like you go and hike the mountain. Actually, I don't really know how to translate tembo. So if you know, you can comment down below. But the other word that I know that Indonesia uses, because we have very similar language, but you can also find it in Malaysia, is panjat tebing.
Pajatabing?
Yeah, panja is to climb, and like in French, we use this for all sorts of climbing. So climbing a tree is panjat. Tebing is like a river bank, but in my imagery of the word panjat tebing, it's like, you know, this kind of cliffs, and then you're climbing that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the imagery that it conjures.
Okay. Yeah, because like with English, climbing is obviously
Yes.
various different things,
Yeah.
but rock climbing is specific to that.
Yeah.
But we do steal the German for going down. Okay, now roller skating.
And in French, you have the use of the English word, which is faire du roller. Okay, use the faire du roller. Or you can say faire du patin à roulettes. So patin à roulettes. Patin is like the shoes
The skate,
that you,
right.
yeah, the skate. So you can it's you can also when you talk about ice skating as skates as well. So patin à roulettes, so it means skates with I suppose with the little wheels. So roulette is like little
Roulette.
wheel.
We have a similar idea
Mm-hmm.
that we combine the two words roller and or like rolling and skating,
Okay.
and we say görkorcsolyázás, and the roller skates are görkorcsolya. So that's it's the same idea. Korcsolya is the skate, and gör just means that it makes like a rolling movement.
Oh, good.
Interesting.
So very sort of fancy.
Because that's really interesting because in English we have roller skating and roller blading.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
Yes.
the movement is the roller, so and then the different type is like whether it's a skate
Okay.
or a blade.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, in French, you can use both sort of interchangeably, but normally the roller is more when you have them all aligned, like they're
In one line.
And patin à roulettes is usually actually more referred for the version where
Two
you
by
have
two.
The four
the
wheels.
Yes.
Huh.
But technically, I think you can still say patin à roulette
For both.
for both, but it's if you want to say more specifically, you're saying your patin à roulette. It means that it's not those.
Ah.
with the-
I never thought about those.
No.
To-
me
The,
neither.
the distinguish.
Yeah, I did it. I thought with roller skating and roller blading, it's just the US and UK.
No,
Phrases.
it's the type.
I never realised
No.
that.
And then you have inline skating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again.
But the thing is, in Malaysia, like, because I roller skate a lot when I was a kid, and we always have the blade one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and we
Us
always just
too.
say, either roller skating or roller blading, and
Yeah.
we use it interchangeably.
Same.
So in Malay, I don't think there's a different word, but if there is, you can comment down below. We say luncur roda. Luncur is for any sliding activity. It is
Any
luncur.
sliding.
Yeah, luncur. Anything that involves like sliding, like snowboarding and whatsoever, we use the word luncur.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounded
What about
familiar.
skiing? Does it also
It's also luncur,
sliding?
yeah, but we
Ah.
say it like snow skiing because you need snow most of the time,
Yeah.
so we say like snow,
Snow
sliding.
sliding.
But for roller skating, we say wheel sliding, luncur roda.
Ah,
So
that's
roda
cool.
means wheel.
That's the Portuguese influence, I bet. Roda.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have paragliding.
And in French, it is parapente.
Parapente.
Well, we just went very different. Obviously, we say ciclo-aerousage, and ciclo is a similar idea to lunchur actually. That you're sort of doing like a
A
slow,
slide.
slow.
Descent.
Not really descent because it doesn't have the going downwards element. It's just like
Mhm.
Floating?
moving, floaty kind of, yeah,
Floaty.
yeah, kind of floaty element, and airnu is like the parachute bit.
Mhm.
Huh.
So in Malay, it actually also uses the word luncur for the sliding kind of.
There you go.
Because you're sliding
Element.
through the air.
Yeah, you're sliding through the air,
Sliding
and we
through
say luncur layar. Layar is something like a sail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like sail sliding.
I like that.
Interesting, I
I
like
like
that.
that too. I feel like I should add, an explanation to the French word because I hope I'm not saying anything wrong, but para is like against, and pente is the slope. So actually, it has a completely different like because you mentioned the idea of like
Sliding.
gliding,
Yeah.
sliding, but in French it's actually about the landscape. So that you like running off
Yeah.
of a
Interesting.
slopey area, so you're going against the slope.
Interesting. Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Terima kasih karena menonton video ini. Kami harap Anda menikmatinya.
Bagilah video ini satu like, komen, dan kongsikanlah video ini dengan keluarga dan rakan-rakan Anda.
Maukah Anda menonton lebih video lagi? Pilihlah dari playlist yang mengandungi video-video yang serupa. Jangan lupa untuk subscribe kepada channel kami dan tekan butang lonceng untuk menerima notification mengenai video baru.